This is Tech Report. There are plenty of examples of military technology making its way into the civilian mainstream. Think jet travel, GPS, and yes, even the internet. All those technologies started with men and women in uniform. We thought we'd take a look at the latest technology the civilian population has taken up and repurposed, the unmanned drone.
They were once used only by the military. Unmanned drones flown by remote control used for surveillance and strategic attack. It wasn't long after the technology hit the mainstream that they're being used for all sorts of things, from search and rescue to getting previously impossible shots for movies. South Africa is home to a community of drone lovers, and today we rub shoulders with these enthusiasts. Drones are also known as UAVs, which stand for Unmanned Aerial Vehicle, and they come in a wide variety ranging in size, from vast solar-powered fixed-wing aircraft to small helicopter-like devices fashioned on hummingbirds. The notion of the drone goes back almost 80 years, when the Royal Air Force was testing modified Tiger Moth biplanes, which could be flown from the ground. The industry has come a long way since then, with crafts like the Global Hawk, which weighs 14 tons and can fly for 32 hours, carrying out missions the world over. Much like the enthusiasts we're meeting today, drones have garden shade enthusiasts around the world. Online forums such as DIYdrones.com boast over 30,000 users sharing stories about homemade flying machines. Building your own drone is possible because it's relatively simple. Essentially, they're built around an autopilot made up of a combination of sensors, such as GPS, gyroscopes, and accelerometers, with a processing unit to interpret data and to control the craft.
To make a drone of their own, it's quite easy, depends on what you want to do. You need to spend a lot of time on the internet and just read up what others have done. There are drones that you can buy off the shelf, but of course that's a premium, and they are very limited in terms of what you can do with them, so you can't customize them. What we prefer to do is just buy the parts from all over and assemble them. You can have something up and running within a day that just flies and does nothing else, or you can spend weeks and months building something that's got a camera and a gimbal to stabilize the camera, autopilot built in, programming waypoints and flying first-person view on it. So it just depends what you want to do, but it's very quick to get into. The project E-Whale that we developed is regarding the ship that was arrested in Cape Town Harbour. It's been there for almost 2 years now, and the crew on board has been basically tied down to that ship for 4 months to 6 months, and some crew is still there from the original crew, so 2 years now. So we thought, we can just brighten their day a bit and give them some messages of encouragement and send them packages using the drone. So I flew over a couple of times and dropped some durables and peanuts and all sorts of funny items that can just show them that we do care and we think about them.
From hobbyist fun to our national parks, drones have been put to use across South Africa. They're even being used to monitor our rhinos, who remain under constant threat from poachers. The parks in which the rhinos are located are too large for any UAV to cover, but by using predictive mapping techniques based on models of poacher behavior, the team will be able to determine where to deploy the UAVs to maximize the chance of catching poachers. But as much good press that these little air machines are getting, you can't ignore the bad press about lethal, pilotless military strikes.
I think military forces intend to use drones in future to fight other drones. You already see that the US and EU are developing drones to counter upcoming countries' drones capability, and I think that's the direction that it will take.
The civilian possibilities for these drones are pretty much endless, and they can be a great force for good, going into remote regions or disaster areas that are too treacherous for humans, finding survivors and protecting our natural heritage by maintaining a constant eye-in-the-sky presence.